Had one on the urine post right there, last check. See the guy over there. That guy's either on a double dirt hole or a urine post. I've got sets right over there. So, got two. Been feeding on this dead cow. Tracks here like crazy, so that's a start. Alright, see you guys down the line. Well, we'll give a little more credit here to John Graham. That's a T-bone, had Cat Creek bait on it and grab and pull. And it varies from day to day, but today out of the 5 coyotes, that's the 3rd one on a T-bone. So definitely works, and all caught in Montana number 3s. I had to show this set it's been producing. It's kind of, it's a valley down here, kind of. It's just like a big old meadowy area, sort of. But it's got this road along it. And I originally set a trap here because this thing here had a little bit of mud. Don't see any now, but 4 years ago, I saw coyote tracks in the edge of the mud. So I set it, and it produced 2-3 coyotes that year. Last year I got 1 or 2 off of it, and of course we're only 6 days into this trapping season, but first one this year. Just produces year after year, and like the exact same spot. In fact, that's a T-bone. I never pulled it out of the ground last year. I just re-lured it, and there you go. Just a good spot. It always kind of surprised me, but it's always nice to come over the hill and see the dogs bouncing here. And a pretty coyote, nice furred up there. So, see you guys down the line. And we got a little, we're in a draw. There's a road coming down here. This forks. Goes down that way. Had a T-bone set here. This is the first one of these. Hind foot catch. Sure make a mess out of everything when they do that. But I ain't met a fur buyer yet that complains about them. They don't seem to really care. So, they don't care, neither do I. We'll take it. Alright, see you guys down the line. So, road. Once again, we're kind of in the bottom of this thing. Just picked that other coyote up back there on the corner. My first check I had when I set one trap right on the edge of this wheat field here. Had a coyote there. There's this trail coming in right here. So I put a set right there. I just want to highly recommend, when you guys catch a badger, fill this back in. Landowners can get pretty irritated, come along and drop trucking something like that. But when you come up and see that, it means only one thing: nuclear testing, or you caught a badger. Pretty nice one there. Also, that dispatch pole sure works wonders for fishing badger out of holes. And if you're trying to save the skulls, you don't have to shoot holes in the skulls or your hide. So, alright, see you guys down the line. Well, today's the 28th of October. This is that dead cow. And they're kind of hard to count here, but I've got 6 traps here. Got 1 coyote laying right there, 1 bouncing right there. See if my camera will focus again. 1 bouncing right there. Of course, we got this guy right here. Then right there we've got 1 on the urine post, 1 on a T-bone, and let this focus again. Back behind him there, make that out. There's 1 more. He's on a basically a double dirt hole. That bait I made. I've only got 6 traps here. I've never had 6 coyotes tied up at once like this. Just absolutely amazing. That guy back there, you can barely make out his ears sticking up right in between those 2 coyotes. Woo! Well, anyways, makes the landowner happy. Sucks he had to lose a cow out of the deal, but and that's a total of 9 I've taken off this dead cow now. So, all right, doing a lot of reluring today. We'll see if that helps catch some more coyotes. See you guys down the line. All right, count them up. 1, 2, 3. Dead cow. 4. Guy's a vocal guy. Nice looking coat. Caught by a hind foot, urine post. 5's across, 6 is right here. Probably never do this again because I never set 6 traps as close to anything. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the background there, and 6. Normally my breeze is blowing that way, so I've got most of the traps set up above. Today it's actually doing the opposite. And I've taken 3 off here before this. I guess when you got a spot like this, you really want to set it. Oregon law is 50 feet, you got to be away. And I'd recommend that, at least that, because 1, the coyotes seem to be a little less leery when they're out further away, and 2, you see the ravens and everything have had this beat down, so stay back. Alright, see you guys down the line. Okay, that took me, I don't know, an hour and a half, but got all 6 dispatched, all 6 remade. I wanted to just talk about it a little bit. Originally I set 3 traps. Come back, I had 1 coyote on the urine post. I moved the trap about 12 feet, made another urine post. Other 2 traps were dug up, I remade them. I put 3 clean sets in, came back the next check, and one of the urine posts and one dirt hole had coyotes in them. The dirt hole wasn't that tore up, I remade it right where it was at. It's a bad rock, hard to get traps, stakes in the ground. Moved the urine post. Today, we picked up these 6, 4 males, 2 females, and this one is young. 2 of the other ones I picked up were young, I suspect just litter mates. But obviously, a lot of coyotes here still, and I think so far out of the 9 coyotes, I know 5 for sure, I think 6 have been males, so we're lopsided on our average. And in theory, we got some more young around here somewhere, but just interesting. So 2 of the catches today, 3 of the catches were remakes that had coyotes in them. 2 of the traps had been moved, and the other 2 traps had been dug up. I just put them right back where they're at because the coyote that dug them up ain't necessarily the next coyote that's going to come along. Next coyote may not know the trap's there. 1 coyote today here was a hind foot catch, and then 1 was a partial paw, front paw. This guy right here, and I suspect he was digging at the trap. It's a beaver-based bait I made, and so far, I think it's only the 2nd coyote I've caught on it, and I don't think it's working that great. Anyway, so either way, this guy I think was digging at the trap and just got snapped because that trap with that screen is just so hair trigger. And one of the ones I had here last time was also definite digger. I had him, he must have had the trap up out of the ground, had him clear up here. So he stuck his hand right up through that free jaw, obviously, got snapped. But that's it, I've never done this before. Gotten, I don't know, 3 or 4 triples in my life, several doubles, but normally I've always had to set 4 traps to get a triple, or 3 traps to get a double. Occasionally I'll pick up a double with 2 traps, but this is 6 for 6, that's unbelievable. All because of 2 things. 1, they were feeding on this bait probably for a week before I ever came to set on this place. So they were used to it and using it heavily. Had coyotes probably sucked in for miles around, aware of it. I fully expect to pick up 2, 3 more here still. And then the other thing that just makes this possible is there's just unreal amount of coyotes in this country. And there's farm ground and ranch ground for miles in either direction, and very few trapper pressure. There's a government trapper that does quite a bit of aerial gunning. But aside from that, there's very little control in this country, and obviously the coyotes just reproduce like crazy here. So, super excited about the deal, cool to do, and hope maybe you guys can learn something from it. See you down the line.